alien spaceship came to the Earth across the starry sky. Inside it sat a newborn boy. The boy's name was Carl. He was a human from the Krypton civilization. He had superhuman powers since he was a child, but under the protection of his adoptive parents, Carl had been living an ordinary life until his adoptive father's illness broke out and he suddenly left this world. His originally peaceful life changed. When he came to the big city, he no longer concealed his superpowers. Using this power, he saved many people in danger. Over time, Carl became a superhero in people's hearts.
Cool costume.
Thanks. My mom made it for me.
Although he has superpowers and has attracted much attention, Carl still likes to hide his identity and live an ordinary life. This also led him to meet the girl he loved, Louise. Young Carl was attracted by Louise's beauty. Under his crazy pursuit, the two quickly established a relationship. Carl also revealed his identity to Louise. Soon after, they entered the marriage hall and even gave birth to a pair of twin sons. The eldest son, Jonathan, has superpowers since he was a child, but the younger son, Jordan, is the opposite. He was depressed every day, so he also suffered from severe social anxiety. Because Carl was busy saving the world every day, his relationship with his two children was very delicate. On this day, a nuclear power plant in the city center suddenly leaked. His father-in-law, who was a general, immediately called Carl with a pager.
The heat exchanger's offline.
This cold breath isn't gonna fix it.
We need water back in the reactor vessel or we're gonna have a meltdown the size of Fukushima.
Water!
Carl first welded the gap of the crack with his laser eyes, and then used his ability to turn his mouth into ice to freeze a piece of seawater. As the solid ice surface gradually cracked, a block of ice weighing several tons was lifted up by Carl. He brought the ice to the sky above the nuclear power plant. A large amount of ice water fell quickly from above. Soon, the temperature of the nuclear power plant was lowered. After solving the problem here, Carl explained the situation inside to his father-in-law, the general. But when he hurried back home, the two children had fallen asleep. Helpless, Carl could only stand silently in the corridor. The next morning, he suddenly received the news that his adoptive mother was critically ill. When Carl anxiously rushed back to the farm, his adoptive mother still couldn't hold on and left him. The death of his relatives made Carl very uncomfortable. After the funeral, he decided to stay on the farm. At the memorial service, Carl met his good friend Lana, whom he hadn't seen for many years. Her daughter Sarah and the twin brothers were also junior high school friends. Through Lana's husband, he learned that a capitalist wanted to acquire this land and mine coal. And he was Louise's boss, Morgan, a capitalist who had single-handedly destroyed a newspaper. Carl didn't want to sell his adoptive mother's land to such a person, but Lana's husband Kyle didn't think so. He thought this matter could change the life of the entire town, so the two families argued about it. On the other side, Sarah and the two brothers came to the farm warehouse. This was a place that Carl was forbidden to enter, but at Sarah's instigation, they disobeyed their father's order. In order to show off in front of the girl he liked, Jordan, who had always been introverted, took the initiative to climb up to repair the router. As expected, an accident still happened.